conversation kind of came up. Alrighty, and welcome back, everyone. We're going to be playing a D&D back again tonight, but we're going to be playing a different kind of D&D. So we're not playing your standard, average D&D. We're actually doing something a little bit more fancy. When I say fancy, it's basically just because we have a little bit less people at the table. So basically what we're doing, instead of doing our normal campaign, we're doing a little bit of a spin-off. And we're basically going back in time a little bit, maybe like 40 or 50 years or something like that, during the same area, the central Jaw of Xrath. And these guys are going to be part of a reclamation party. We're going to be talking about that here in a little bit. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and have you guys kind of introduce your characters for this little spin-off that we're doing. And then whenever anyone has time, kind of clear out some of the buildings and everything from the table from the TikToks that was done.
Oh, I thought this was part of the thing today.
Well, it could be part of the thing today, but here, just you guys explain it. I'll move things around. So it could be part of it, or it could not be. But at least just take off the minis. So this other stuff is more so like fine, but that stuff. So you guys can kind of explain your characters.
All right, I'll go. My name is Katsu Unagor. That's me. I am a real chill kind of guy. And really, it's all about finding the inner balance, the inner peace, our place in the universe, where we belong, knowing the truth of things, not hiding behind subterfuge or pride. And yeah, I'm a Githzerai samurai. So it goes with it. Yeah. I'm a level 6 warrior, wearing scale mail for now until we get some good coin for some cool plate. That time now.
Here, you just pass that off.
Yeah, so very much the spiritual warrior. But not, not the hardcore, like, crusade spiritual warrior. More like the in tune with their spirit warrior.
Knows what they want, kind of
Knows
warrior.
what they want, kind of warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Experience my balls.
What a great warrior. And I guess while we're waiting for our good friend David's computer to finish updating.
It might take a minute.
Yeah, explain to me what your character is. Who are you?
I'm pulling it up on my phone.
Go ahead.
I am Sirach. I am a cleric sorcerer, so I'm an order domain cleric that dips into sorcerer for right now. I am.
You are?
Yep. I'm about order, control, and basically intimidation.
You really thought about this, I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had less than 24 hours to make this character.
Experience our preparedness.
You can definitely tell this was a little bit more last minute. But we're going to go ahead and, I guess, kind of kick off with that. So I'm going to lay a little bit of groundwork before we go ahead and fully kind of dive in. So basically, here's kind of what was going on. So from the current campaign where we are, the entirety of the party's been living in what would be considered the free lands, or just kind of like the kingdom that's run by the Lord. Do you guys remember who that Lord's name was?
Yep.
The Lord.
Okay, there we go. That's fine. Well, so the Lord for yes, that's the Lord. So the Lord that essentially was just kind of laying his power and his influence across this entirety of the land. Well, they ended up finding out that at some point the Lord ended up coming into power, and it was kind of this weird thing. It just happened overnight. Nobody really knows exactly what happened, but it just kind of all appeared. Well, they ended up talking to some people, and they found out eventually that it wasn't actually just a thing that kind of naturally happened again. It came up over time. It looks like that the Lord and some of his men actually came across a deck of many things. So before this, the entirety of this land had no influence, no power, no nothing, and was actually just been laid siege to during the Plague of the Deathwalkers, which was actually related to the cultists that they ended up running into, which were cultists of Morgina. So the Plague of the Deathwalkers, brought up by this goddess, was this kind of a thing. They read a little bit about it, and there was essentially kind of like dead but undead things, and then it was this whole crusade. As it looks like paladins from all across the world, the empire just essentially left. The paladins were going in trying to basically purify all this, and eventually the gods got involved, and it became this whole ordeal. So after like hundreds of years passed past this point, we got to a point where the empire decided to start retaking this land. They went back into the land of Providence.
The Empire Strikes
Yeah,
Back?
basically, yeah, just like that.
Oh my god.
Just like that. So the Empire ended up going in and trying to retake this land and resettle. So during this resettlement, there's been little like kind of camps that have been set up. Some of the old towns and villages that were once part of this region are now being retaken and starting to be resettled. Now there's a lot of ruins. There's a lot of overgrowth. This place hasn't been really used in a long, long time. But little settlements are beginning to pop up, and it's around this time too that the party and their essential contracting group, or one of the kind of mercenary groups that's been being paid essentially by the Lord's men to go, or not the Lord, sorry, the Empire's men to go inside and kind of perform different kinds of cleansing tasks, like slaying dragons or killing monsters or clearing out old villages and all these other miscellaneous things. They're a part of this organization. One of these organizations that they're a part of is called the Auburn's Fist, and the Auburn's Fist is the group that they're basically responsible for. Now, as they are going through the entirety of this land, we're actually going to go ahead and go back to the lot of you two. As it looks like you've been actually moving through this land for quite some time. Just recently, you have taken on many different contracts for the Empire itself. You've gone through and slain multiple beasts, you've sold multiple things, you've helped people. You've also helped like to retake cities and such, and different things that were really just in the efforts of this grand conquest. And eventually you end up finding yourself to, and I'm going to drop this map in here, up to a city to the north, which is called East Point, and Eagles Point. So as you end up getting into Eagles Point, you guys end up finishing some missions there, and you're actually sent down to another neighboring city, which is actually one that you had heard about for a while. It's been very, very kind of dying and desolate. There's not a whole lot of people who go to this area. This actual city is called Rondar Crossing of Riverton. You've heard it called as Rondar Crossing, but you've also heard it referred to as Riverton. But I put a map actually, so if you guys go on the Discord too, you can also see it, but it's in local maps. So Rondar Crossing of Riverton. But yep, so if you guys are kind of like walking with your clan, if you want to call it that, your guild, the Auburn's Fist, over to this new city, and as you end up walking kind of farther and farther away from Eagles Point, you get to this area where things start feeling a little more grim. The snow begins kind of dispersing a little bit more, and it kind of creates this fog that lingers into the shadows. But you can still see, and it's still light, but it's just kind of unsettling, especially as you're not really in a swampy area. You're just in standard woods. As you look around, you see the canopies of the trees casting all kinds of shadows, but this fog seems to cover the ground, making it significantly darker underneath. As you end up kind of walking with the rest of your group to this bridge, you get to this point where it looks like the trees are going to die off even more as you get closer and closer to the ground, but the canopies still remain perfectly intact as they're casting shadows. But everything on the ground seems to be kind of rotting and dying and just beginning to kind of fade away. You get to a point where you cross this bridge into this town known as Rondar, and as you're standing there in the peak of the town, a man turns to you, and you recognize him as the actual leader of your part of the guild of the Auburn's Fist. He's going to turn to you and say, "All right, man, it looks like we're going to be stopping here. So remember, no fondling the ladies, no fondling the men. Keep away from the children. Don't go killing anything that's not contracted by us. All right? These people are supposed to be more impoverished. We're going to be hearing more from the actual Empire and the courts here soon. They're supposed to be sending a representative, probably already here, just go track them down. But until this time, consider it as you men are on leave for the moment. So just remember, everyone, here, go ahead and you're going to watch he kind of starts rattling through with this little pouch, and he starts taking out these maps and starts handing out the maps to people. He's going to end up handing off this map, and you guys will be able to take a look at it. Alright, so this here is kind of what they mapped out for us, is Rondar's Crossing. Riverton. Just be careful who you're talking to. Apparently some people here get very irritated if you refer to it as the wrong place. More people in power, they prefer Rondar's Crossing. The commoners more so refer to it as Riverton, because some tensions, I don't know. We didn't do as much research as we normally would for this kind of a place, but all that to say, stay out of trouble, please. And try to be back by probably midday tomorrow. We should have some better words. So if you actually look at your maps over there, you'll end up seeing that there is a Guild's meetup. That's going to be over at Guild's Keeping. Just try to make it back over there by around noon tomorrow, and we should be good to go. All right. Any questions? Yes. What is Deverous? I'm sorry, but I was a little curious. Spit it out, Deverous. What is it? Okay. So, Sendar, I'm curious. For this area, should we be staying in the city or going out the city? Whatever it is you want to do. I really don't find much of a care. Just be back noon tomorrow. Don't get yourself killed or else we'll have to bring more people down from Eagles Point. Alright? Good? Any more stupid questions? Can I go off and try to find this man? Excellent. Enjoy your time. Spend your coin well. You watch he just kind of like turns around and starts walking off in the city. People start to kind of disperse from there.
Well, it seems we have the whole evening ahead of us. In this bleak and dying place.
Roll perception for me.
Perceiving. Allegedly perceiving.
Okay, I'm back up.
That is a solid 10.
Solid 10. Okay. So, as you begin kind of looking around, you're obviously going to see the fog, and you're going to see as the fog kind of finds its way onto the rivers. The river that this bridge kind of goes over is very hard to see, but as you look around and kind of start seeing over the bridge into the city, you see what is a statue standing there. And that statue is almost like a monument. What should I roll religion for me?
Both or just him?
Just him right now.
Wow, that's an 8.
Nate? You're not going to be familiar, so it looks like the statue's actually been destroyed partly, but it looks like it's some kind of a monument almost from this village.
I wonder if this statue is meant to... Rondar, perhaps?
Statue, which one?
The one in town. You know, the main thing standing erect in the middle of it.
I just take a look at it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll religion.
21.
Nice.
I have a plus 9.
So as you end up getting a better look at that statue, it's actually, you're going to kind of feel a chill as it goes down your spine. You see it, this is a depiction of, well, it's destroyed and kind of tired away. It looks like it's been getting beaten down on just intentionally over the years. But still intact enough to make it out. You tell that this is that of one of the evils gods, Kakos. He is the god of death, darkness,
that was
and
Kakos.
murder.
Alright. I guess we didn't state this in our backstory, but are we still go with the same god?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're both.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Kakos?
Yeah, Kakos. Death, darkness, murder, and the underworld.
Actually, is ours a god or goddess?
Yours is more male. They've been known to kind of like fluctuate. They don't really have like a defined gender, but they do lend towards that male.
God Matanas. What is that? Kakos?
It looks like a beaten up rock to me. And seemingly for good reason.
How far away are we from it?
Considering the fact you guys are kind of standing at the edge of the bridge, it's probably about like 50 feet away from you, just kind of standing prominently on the other side of the bridge.
Start walking towards it.
As you begin kind of walking over this bridge, you're going to end up hearing the creaks of the woods. You just begin kind of going through. It feels like the entire bridge begins to kind of rattle a little bit as you take every step. And as you look down into the sides, you end up seeing where some fish kind of trying to swim along, but you also see some just kind of floating along as the current takes them away. You see vines that are kind of wrapped over some of the edges going on to the actual bridge itself. And it looks like one of the vines, as you're kind of walking, almost wiggles a little bit. Maybe it's because the bridge is moving with you, or maybe it's because the vines are long. trying to get you. It's weird. It's kind of unsettling.
Even the wood here is unsettled by death.
Doesn't make any sense. I haven't figured out how I'm playing this guy yet.
Both of you go ahead and roll history for me.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh. 20, 30.
Sure.
15.
Okay. Compared to both the multiple cities that you both have been to before, this one's probably the most not just derelict, but the most like horrifying that you've seen. You haven't seen something that's in this kind of like condition, this bad. You've been in some like weird temples before, and you've been in some weird catacombs, and seen all kinds of just awkward monsters, monstrosities, and undead, but the entirety of this place just seems almost like it's plagued by something.
What time of day is it?
It's supposed to be around like midday-ish, but for some reason it doesn't really feel fully midday. You still see the sun shining, but between the fog and the haze, it's just kind of a light glow that's kind of emanating across everything. If you really look closely, you can see the sun in the sky really covering your eyes and everything, but not making anything too much out.
This reminds me of that one other town we went through. I think they ended up naming it Sunburst. For when we left, it did not look nearly like this. This is quite bad.
This is worse than some of the caves and dungeons.
There is a deep evil within the wood, within the earth here. Something plagues it. Something corrupts it.
Excuse me, you two. I recommend that you don't stay on the bridge too long. You're going to watch as what looks like a man wearing some kind of awkwardly shaped leather armor. It looks like it's not just tattered and worn, but it doesn't actually fit him. It looks like it's way too big, and the straps are pulled as tight as they possibly can. The gentleman's carrying some kind of a spear and just kind of walks over to you. It really isn't the best if you stay standing on the bridge like this. It could break the bridge, and
He means to tell us we weigh too much and cannot stand in the middle for too long.
No, sorry, that is not what I meant to say.
That doesn't make sense at all. I mean, I am perfectly fit.
Everything's been kind of eroding and corrupting and dying more recently. Just wears and tears have been more and more common.
Ah, this makes sense. I am wearing heavy armor. I should probably continue moving.
As well. Let's move.
Very well.
He speaks the truth.
What are you two doing in our village?
Well, it seems we're trying to find out the same answer.
Are you two with... You must be with those guilds that came through.
Yes, we belong and serve the Auburn Fist.
So, the Auburn Fist, are you part of the... Oh, okay, so you're not part of the other one.
What's the other one?
There's another one in the city. It's the Phoenix Renegade.
Those. Well, at least it's pretty on the nose still.
What are they here for? Or do they live here?
No, they don't live here. They're passing through. They're another one of the guilds that was sent on contract by the Empire. I lived in the Empire here maybe 20 years ago. I moved here when I was a child.
When was the last time you were in the Empire?
God, it was maybe 22 years ago, 23 years ago. It took quite some time. We moved over here roughly around the time that they ended up creating the first one of the circles, the summoning circles, the magic teleport beacons. Do you know much about magic? It's something where they were able to... And we went in the thing and we held hands.
That sounds magical, indeed.
Yes. But it was one of those things. They teleported us here and then we walked the rest of the way, but...
Was the town always this way?
This way? No. No, it was always bad and very decrepit and dying. The river just recently started to give water, which was good for the crops here maybe a couple months back, but after that, I mean, things started kind of going downhill, I suppose.
It was already decrepit, but still got worse.
Yes, bear in mind, this particular village right here was recently resettled. We probably came over to this area. What was it? What was it, Nordendale? Maybe 5-6 moon cycles ago? Oh, thereabouts. 5 or 6 moon cycles ago.
Very interesting.
I don't really know what he seeks, but I'll tell you what he enjoys. He enjoys living in that temple right over there to our lovely god. As he points over that temple, I want you guys to actually both look and roll a religion for me.
Religion.
23.
13.
Okay. So, let me make sure. Ketu, you're going to end up looking at this and recognizing that this temple has been falling apart, and it's hard to see through the fog and haze, but you're able to pick out some of the more key features of it, and it looks like, well, it's a religious structure. It kind of aligns with more of like a lawful, maybe a good god or something. It's hard for you to tell exactly what the god might be, but you're seeing what looks like a lot of symbols of suns and a lot of symbols of what looks like knights and everything, and it's kind of hard to tell. When you end up looking at this structure, though, you're going to tell immediately with the way the styling is on the outside, the actual statues that are erect on the ends, and some of the actual canopies and how the actual infrastructure is made, you can tell that this is actually a temple that was devoted to the god of Phos, but it was interwound with the god of Tribe as well, as they kind of have like a harmonious dance. And you know that they have more of a relationship where they kind of work together. Followers of Phos and followers of Chive sometimes have these commingled temples, but it looks like this one hasn't been maintained and has probably been abandoned for decades.
This is one of those things. Combination of Phos and Chive.
How do you come to have a temple devoted to two separate deities, yet have a statue dedicated to something much more sinister?
That's not our statue. We've tried destroying that thing countless of times, but it does not want to fall down.
By the way, I meant not you in particular, but the you sense in general of who might design such a town.
So how does this not? What all have you tried? Have you tried blowing it up? Using spells?
I'll show you exactly what I did.
Like,
come, I'll show you. And you'll kind of walk over there with him. And as you walk over there, you're gonna watch as he actually starts grabbing the statue, and he'll actually start taking his spear, just kind of chipping away at it. You'll see little pieces kind of go off. And as he's doing that, it looks like they kind of magically begin to kind of form back on. Almost like he's scraping it off, and it just kind of falls back into place.
cast the spell magic.
That's what happens.
I touch it and cast the spell magic.
Okay, what level?
3.
Okay. And as you cast the spell magic, I gotta read the spell magic really quick. But while both of you are there staring at it, I want you to go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Yes. Yeah, I'm getting solid rolls.
Oh, that's not a good one. I got a 5. I can read it if you want.
I got it right here. Okay. Yeah. As you go to actually touch this thing and cast the spell magic, you're gonna feel as it seems to absorb the magical effect, and then it feels like it almost kind of pushes you back a little bit.
This nobody works. What?
See, and we've actually had one of the mages, those magics, wield us with the weapons. They've touched the statue too, and they said similar words. They've touched it, and they've been like, normally this is fine, or why didn't it do that? And they have magic hands, and magic is what it is. But that's my point. We tried doing everything. We've even tried putting a rope around this thing and pulling it into the river, but it doesn't want to go. But so, what were you guys' roles for the investigation?
8.
5? Okay. Cool. So you're gonna end up recognizing that this thing is made of some kind of a weird stone, almost like it's like a limestone or some kind of a mesh stone. It's just, that's all you're able to pick up.
This stone seems to have some sort of strange properties. I don't know if we've ever seen anything like this before.
Trying to like go back in my mind to see if I've ever had anything that might dispel magic didn't work on.
You've probably had 1 or 2 instances. You've actually known that like normally when that happens is because like the magical effects that you tried dispelling magic on were just far too powerful. Like for example, you tried dispelling magic of an enchantment that was done on one of your comrades, and for some reason it didn't work, but you're able to figure out is because it was a higher level spell. More powerful magic than what you're capable of. But that's my point exactly. It's just resilient. It's resilient to all the hells and just doesn't want to go anywhere.
Does this strangeness manifest in other ways?
What the gods? What do you mean?
Well,
I mean, look at the town.
it's half dead
Yes.
and angry.
Yes.
Why are you still here?
We were told to come here. Do you not understand how the resettlement works? The Empire pays us gold to go and resettle new areas. We take the gold, we go there. I helped to resettle another area, and then the Empire gave us more gold to come over and resettle this area. By the gods, I'm not saying no to that gold, and because of my contract, I only have to be here for, what was it, another 9 moons, 6 moons, something like that.
How long have you been here?
About 6 moons. 5, 6 moons. Moon cycles, I mean. Sorry.
As it would seem.
So then what are the contracts that are out for the city? For guilds to be grouping?
Well, for the other guild, I think what they were doing is they were trying to investigate some aspect of what's going on here. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, if you're looking for general work, you could always head over to the tavern or something. Just talk to some people on the street if you're just looking for work outside the guild. But it's ultimately up to you.
It seems difficult to go about normal life with such dread looming over everyone in my town.
You're telling me. The fact that I can't see my god's face every day when I wake up as clear as I'd like is disheartening. But the goal's good. And I'll see his face once I leave here.
What good is gold if you don't live long enough to spend it?
Well, I haven't died, and we've only lost one. It was an older woman. It was quite a shame.
How did she come to pass?
I believe it was some kind of a sickness or plague, or I can't remember. But it was old man Reynolds. Rhino? I don't know. He's crazy. I'll just stay away from him. Yeah, old man Rhino. Just keep your distance. Actually, no. There was something else. What was it? There. Oh, she hasn't been pronounced dead exactly. Nobody wants to go check on her. But
It seems an interesting detail to suddenly forget to mention.
well, it's not so much I forgot. It's just she keeps to herself and we haven't seen her in a couple days. So.
She became ill and everyone presumed her dead.
Oh no, terribly sorry. No, she became ill. Yes, old man's his wife became ill. That's fine, whatever. He's crazy. We just leave him alone. But there's a woman. Was it she's in the temple of the old gods on the other side of the village. We haven't seen her in a couple days, but she normally locks herself away. She sometimes leaves and goes gets potions or alchemy supplies and goes back over in there. We just don't want to. I mean, to be quite honest, no one wants to go inside the building that she's holding herself up in anyways. You think this place is decrepit and kind of weird and disheartening, you don't want to go inside there.
What is this woman's name?
God, what was her name? Serendel? I think it was Serendel. Serendel Greenwood, I believe.
You think she's sick? As you said, she's sick or not? Sorry.
No, I haven't seen her in a
couple.
couple of days. Yeah, old man's wife. He ended up kind of sick, but Serendel, no, she's not sick. I don't believe so. She could be, but she normally just gets alchemy supplies.
Interesting.
Odd thing to bring up of people you just met.
Well, you're part of the guild, aren't you? You normally come here for work and to solve things. Normally, when guilds come over in the past, they disperse people and they'll do random tasks, help people out in the meantime. You said you're members of the guilds, right? The Auburn's Fist?
We are indeed. And to that end, we will learn more of these things in town. We will diagnose the cancer that feeds upon the life and leeches it from the town.
Your way of talking is a little interesting. Not much alike what we hear.
This is okay. You need not understand every word I say, but the overall meaning conveyed is satisfactory enough for me.
Right. So, anyways, welcome to Riverton.
Can you point us in the direction of the tavern you spoke of?
Oh, yes. Tavern's going to be right off this way. And you're going to watch as he points back over to what would be Forger's Rest, which is number 5. We right past where Sentinel Square is.
Start being off. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You put up a map.
Yep. So as you guys end up beginning to actually walk through this town, you're going to end up seeing what are little pockets of these trees in the town that seem like they're also just very, very dead underneath it, but the canopies seem to be kind of existing and they're fine. But as you're walking by, you're seeing what looks like a branch just fall off one of the trees. And looking at all these buildings, looks like the buildings are very, very, very old, but they're kind of being pulled back together almost. Like, it looks like people are trying to rebuild and take mud and just kind of put back some of the cobblestones. But even as you're walking through, you see what is like a cobblestone fall off one of the buildings, and it looks like another tile kind of falls off, and some other miscellaneous parts of the roofing that would be just, mud and different things are just kind of like sliding ever so slightly, creating dust. And as you begin walking through this town, you see where there are a few people just kind of walking around and minding their own business. And what looks like an empty town square right in front of the tavern.
Wait, when we got to the city, was there like a clear wall of fog that we had to pass through, or was it?
It wasn't clear. It was more gradual. It was like an onset.
Okay. But it was moving like normal fog would, or was it
It
more
was
like
moving like normal fog.
stationary?
Oh, it was moving like normal fog. Like when you moved, it also moved with you.
Yeah.
There's no one outside, leading me to believe they're inside.
Congratulations. You figured it out.
This would be the next logical step to go to.
Just shake my head and open the tavern door,
Okay.
and walk in.
Alright. So as you end up opening the tavern door and walking inside, you're going to end up seeing what is a relatively small tavern. You're going to see that... Let's go look. It's kind of like this.
Are we the rusty? No. Where are we at? What number?
5.
5? Oh, Fortress Rust.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So there would be another couple tables in there, so let me go to those tables.
Tables.
Alright, so you guys would be inside of there. Okay. Alright, so as you end up walking inside, you're going to see what is glass that's broken on all the sides of these doors, or all the sides of these windows as you end up walking inside. Looks like the cobblestones are also falling off. The door, as you grab it, begins to creak as you begin to open it. and you feel like a cold breeze kind of start pushing out of the entirety of this establishment. As you end up looking inside, you end up seeing what is a man standing behind the counter. It looks like he's holding his arm, just kind of shivering a little bit. It looks like there's nobody inside this establishment at all, and you're able to actually see what is a little bit of light shining in from the second floor. Looks like there's holes going all the way through the second floor into the ceiling and in through some of the walls, and it's kind of allowing a lot of the breeze to really start catching in and moving through the entirety of this building.
Point the atmosphere. Very warm and welcoming.
Oh. Is that supposed to be a joke?
Why are we the only one here? Isn't this a tavern?
Yeah, it's midday and it's a small village. I was told to come over here. They gave me coin to come here.
Do you have anything to drink?
Yeah, I got drinks. What do you want? Just nail.
I will take an ale.
As
Okay.
will I.
You're gonna watch you kind of like start shivering, goes underneath the counter and takes out a couple of mugs, and you're gonna see as he has this little keg off to the side and begins kind of pouring some ale into these mugs from the kegs. Here you go. It's gonna be 2 silver pieces a piece.
I give 3 silver.
Thank you so much, sir.
What is it, 10 silver for a gold?
Tondi, hurry up with killing those holes. Come on now. Father, the cobblestones just fell off. I'm trying as fast. You got to move faster. I'm helping people. Goddamn child.
How fucked up are our cups?
Looks like they're really, really beat up. Like, you're gonna end up seeing there's a lot of dents in them. Nothing's leaking out, but it doesn't look like these things have been very well preserved.
I just start mending my cup.
Oh, I see what it is. My stuff's not good enough for you. Way to make a lasting impression.
I've seen one thing at a time.
I'm gonna watch
Figured
you
you'd be
just-
grateful.
Well,
It seems
do you want to go fix that hole in the wall? And that hole in the ceiling?
I'll fix the hole in the wall.
Looks like the hole in the wall is probably about like 5 to 10 feet somewhere in there. It's kind of like a giant gash. It looks like a bunch of like cobblestone just kind of fell off and there's this giant gash.
How long would that take to mend?
I don't remember what
mending
dimensions
is
are.
about a 5-foot area or something per round. You can't fix more than per round.
As long as a break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension.
There you go. So you
So
wouldn't be
too
able to. You probably wouldn't be able to do it. Not unless you have any kind of like tools or anything to let you do it.
Probably not. I didn't add anything to those characters. Now I know how shit.
It seems this is more of an issue to be addressed rather than serving us ale. We will help you and your son patch up this massive hole in the wall.
Very good, I guess. Go on then.
We'll make it
Oh,
warmer in here.
Wait
Might as
one
well.
moment.
And watch he just kind of like stop shivering midway and just.
Don't look at me. And just walk over and start.
You end up watching as what looks like the little boy kind of gets a little bit timid and, and you're just gonna watch it just kind of darts in between your legs and starts running upstairs. That damn kid, he doesn't want to do anything, especially around people.
It is a scary place. I do not blame him for cowering before anything that walks through it in a place like this.
Why do you talk like that for? This is. How are you not cold? How are either of you not cold?
We're wearing several layers.
Even with the wind. What is that? Scale mail? No, chainmail? It's chainmail.
I'm shaking in my boots right now. It is cold. Let's patch this thing up.
Alright. And as you guys end up kind of going over there, just go ahead and roll some dexterity. Or not dexterity, sleight hands for me.
Before doing, is there just like a table?
Sleight hands.
Are there like tables?
Yeah,
that
they're
are
tables.
intact?
Yeah.
I just want to
fucking table against the wall and start just. I'm
then
just gonna guidance myself on all of this.
Go for it.
Guidance and virtue.
Dexterity checks.
It's gonna be sleight hand.
Ooh. That is a 18. A +1 and a -1.
Nice.
Sleight of hand. 21.
Okay. Yeah, so both of you are going to end up kind of sitting there. It's going to probably take you about 30 minutes. But you're able to get this whole kind of patched up into the actual area. You got the table kind of going, a bunch of everything. You get the cobblestones back in there in line. And as you end up getting all that done, all right. Well, that's nice. Appreciate it. Really do. At least stop the breeze from kicking in and hitting me in the face.
Us as well. Hopefully, this means good for this establishment. I do have a question.
Hmm.
Do you know what, if anything, has happened to those who have tried to seek and claim lumber from the forests around the town?
I don't think anyone's actually tried doing that. We normally just have stuff relatively close to the city. We normally don't send people off into the woods.
It would be
I mean,
difficult to rebuild without lumber.
Yes, it's been rather difficult. We've had some kids going out and collecting stuff, but we've been kind of waiting for more carpenter supplies to come in so we could actually start the rebuilding. But they've been yet to come because of the circumstances, so everything just keeps falling apart.
Is there a fire in the fireplace?
There is no fire in the fireplace.
There is a fireplace.
There is a fireplace.
I go create bonfire in the fireplace.
Is that going to last? In wet wood?
It'll last for a little bit.
If you'd like, call your
Appreciate
son.
that.
Call your son down. Maybe we can share in the warmth of this magically awesome bonfire.
Boy, come down here. Come on. You're gonna watch as the kind of kid begins kind of coming down, looks downstairs and begins kind of peeking his eyes through as he slowly begins to come down. Get over here, get warm. Watching he just kind of gets right up next to the fire and just kind of sits there on the ground, just kind of looks both at you just awkwardly. So what are all of you actually doing here anyways? What's your business?
We're figuring that out ourselves.
We're part of the guild.
Well, one of those that are in town.
You're part of those Phoenix bunch, or?
No. Definitely not. We are
The Auburn Fist.
part of the Auburn Fist. We are simply passing through on the way to our next spot. And it seems, however, though, we may have to extend our stay here. For we cannot leave this place in its current state.
You must be one of the leaders then of this Auburn Fist.
Not even close.
He tries, but they will listen.
We are compelled to be here. The Empire has sent us, but I do believe a more divine force was guiding the Empire's hand in sending us here.
As you say that, I grab like my emblem and say, like, "Our God wants us to help the city."
What's that emblem you got there? Let me see it.
It's just an emblem of our God.
No, that's Matano.
Yes,
You worship Matano.
I'm more of the common sense and wisdom. He's a little more of a truth and discipline sort of fellow.
Experience my wisdom.
I've seen a couple of Matano followers come through here in one of the other guilds. It's interesting.
There are fewer of us than we would like.
What's your species?
We come.
I'm trying not to be rude, but just you helped me, and this has been itching in the back of my mind this entire time. What are you?
Well,
I've never seen anything like you before on the material plane.
It would be more appropriate to ask me about my ethnic background, as opposed to saying, "What are you?"
Why are you being so annoying?
Words mean too much for this one's head. Just
Words don't mean anything. What are you talking about? You're just creating all of these issues out of words.
He doesn't think, he just speaks. Everything comes out at this point.
Can you speak for him then? What are you?
We are Gizeris. Githzerais.
Gifts
I'm
around.
sorry, I don't have my glasses on either. I'm just like
Your gifts.
Giths.
I've heard about you.
So I have
You go around pillaging and destroying and killing things in the astral plane, that right?
No, you are thinking of our kin, our long lost brethren, the Githyanki. They are a more jaded group of people. We understand their plight, however, we have chosen a different path. Hence why we are here to help, here to make lasting change.
And if you've ran into followers of Matana before, you know we speak truth and honesty.
Aye, that I'll do. Roll persuasion.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you guys roll?
So, I have feet.
Okay.
I should probably read up on
And
mine.
it's called Pizza. Here. Yeah, I took what is it? Great. Bountiful Luck.
Okay. You get rerolls?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's like 3 advantage rolls a day. Right, I'm pretty sure it's a luck feat, right?
Hang on one second. Okay. Oh, but maybe not. Maybe not. It says when an ally.
Okay.
Okay, when an ally you see within 30 feet of you rolls a 1 on a d20 attack roll, and a
You get
ability
led
check
with the fact I rolled
or
it
a
out.
saving throw. So I'm literally here to in case you roll.
Okay.
I can't help myself.
If it makes you feel better, I'm here to make you do shit too.
All right.
I got a 1.
Okay. All right. Cool. So what did you roll there, dear Sarah?
Sorry, what were we doing? Persuasion?
Persuade. Yeah. Persuade.
14.
Was it performance? Performance. Sorry.
That was persuasion. Performance?
Yeah. It could be. It could be persuasion too. I think either of those works.
I was 14 for persuasion, but it would be lower if it's
It's fine.
Performance.
It's
So
fine.
you tell me.
The persuasion works. Yeah, I think I did say persuasion, so that's fine.
Okay.
It's like, no, I understand that. You're telling the truth. It's what your people do. Not you people, the followers of the gods. Your people don't normally tell the truth, from my understanding, from what I've read in the books, but your gods do. So then you must be telling the truth.
It
Right.
seems you're learning quite a bit today. And I myself am also learning a lot about this place.
You know, watches like the kid kind of like starts pulling on his dad's leg.
Speak, child. What's wrong?
Roll persuasion.
Can I do an intimidation? Is this
You can roll that. Yeah, if you're trying to intimidate, you could do that.
+4 plus 15 plus 21.
Okay. I haven't seen the priestess in a while.
Priestess.
She normally comes by and gives me things. Watch your mouth, child, not in front of the strangers.
Who's she a priestess to?
I don't know, she just calls herself Priestess Greenwood.
Just
this also the alchemist in town? I'm looking at his dad, not him now.
Okay, you're gonna watch as he just kind of just begins kind of trembling and then immediately just runs upstairs. She's not the alchemist in town. She gets stuff from the alchemist. That wretched woman, she spends coin in here. That's all it is. Try to talk to my boy. Don't like that.
Talk in what way?
Tries to give him trinkets, little toys. Makes things out of wood.
How old is the child?
Child's probably sitting around like 7, 6.
And how does your son behave around this priestess? Or
Wait, is it the priestess that's given the thing, or is it the alchemist that's
she
given
calls herself the priestess?
Same person.
The alchemist is a different person.
Different people. Yeah.
There's an alchemist in the city, and then the priestess is this other person.
Priestess
always go
is
by
the
the
one
name
coming here
alchemist.
and giving the...
Yep.
Okay, making sure. What priestess is she following? Or what god / goddess is she entity following? She a
But
priestess.
by folks, if I know, haven't the slightest clue. But she comes in here, and I think she's trying to take him. I think she is. Coming here every day, trying to make him smile, giving him toys, giving them trinkets, trying to trick him off to go inside that temple of the old gods that she's always locking herself away in.
Well, to be fair, what would you expect in bringing a child in a place like this?
I'm sorry, it wasn't my first choice to bring him here. I brought him here with her mother, but the mother died in travel. I took the coin. Is there anything else you have to bring up from my past? Yeah,
How big is this guy?
he's probably sitting around like 5'11"-ish.
Probably a little worse for wear.
Definitely worse for wear.
Definitely worse.
We wish not to quarrel with you, but to quarrel with the evil that is deep within the earth here. Tell me, please, what is so haunting about the Temple of the Old Gods?
Have you even looked at that place?
It does look decrepit.
No, you think everything in this town is decrepit. You look at that building, and a chill will go down your spine. I swear it to you. The old gods, praise be them. They're the reigning gods of our reality. What is it? God, what are my children's studies? It was the mother, and then the father, the brother, and the sister. That temple belongs to them somehow. It does not represent the reigning gods that I saw back in the Empire. It was not part of the old gods.
When did you notice this priestess start to act this strange way towards your son?
Sorry about that. What was that?
How long ago did this begin with the priestess and her obsession?
Just her coming in. Shortly after we came here. Maybe about 1 moon cycle's time. We'd pop in here maybe once a week.
And she
twice a
was already here in town before you arrived.
Oh, it was roughly my understanding. People said she's been here for a while. She came in one of the first settlement groups of Riverton, but
Or so they say.
Maybe we need to figure out and talk to this priestess and see what's going on with the chapel.
This is very fishy, as one might call it. But
if you just look at the face of that woman's vile, she has makeup going all the way down the sides of her face. lots of this black charcoal going around her eyes. Looks almost sickly. But she comes in here acting all cheerful, wearing her gowns and her clothing and
More like possessed.
possessed. I don't know if that would be possessed per se. I've never seen a possession, honestly.
Does this person claim to be the overseer of this town? Or is that some other?
No, she doesn't claim to be the overseer. No. No, the person who claims to be the overseer of this town is Rondar.
Ah,
I wouldn't even call him an overseer. He's just self-proclaimed. He
I
came here
see.
first. He has more gold than the rest of us, and the rest of us didn't want to settle inside of that temple when we first came here. Keep in mind, I didn't come too long ago. I came after everyone else because my wife died in travels. But initially, he was the one leading the pack. We all refused to take over the temple that belonged to the god Chive and to our beloved god Phos. But he had no problem. And because he has gold and because he has the largest building, all of the Empire's representatives just assume that that is the person who chose to represent the entirety of the city. Man thinks so much of himself. Extend the name of the city. It's supposed to be just Riverton. No, it's Rondar's crossing of Riverton. Fucking imbecile.
it is a strangely long name for a town.
He's a conceited bastard is what he is.
Usually, places are not named after one such unless that one has died. Posthumously declared a landmark, but never alive, typically.
So I think he's hoping that this will be the name of the city, and if he establishes himself just enough, perhaps he'll be proclaimed the overseer when the Empire comes and retakes the entirety of this land. Rubbish with it.
Rubbish indeed.
You want another drink? I do owe you for helping me patch it up since my child wouldn't help me with that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I hand my nice mug.
This one's on the house, and you're just gonna watch it. He fills you guys both 2 ales and puts on the counter for you. I get that too much.
The what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold it for a minute.
Katsu, right?
Mhm.
Katsu. Yeah, so I feel we need to investigate that temple.
I am inclined to agree with you. However, I'm not sure what to make of this woman.
Only one way to find out.
She's the wife of Old Man Reynolds. Yet she herself has not necessarily fallen ill, but has been in the town for some time. Part of the first settlement expedition, however long ago. This is interesting. I have my theories, but maybe you're right. Maybe it is worth paying a visit. Either that, or we speak with the namesake, the want-to-be namesake of this town.
I have a feeling he has not much to speak on besides himself.
You may be right. Maybe it's worth talking with him after we get more information.
So I kind of...
So as you guys are kind of wrapping up that conversation, you're going to immediately end up hearing what is the door just kind of slam open. It just creaks, and you end up hearing what is almost like a splintering of wood. The door gets slammed open so hard. My friend, you're here. What is it? Leitut, I'm so glad to see you. It's Ray Tout stop calling me Raytoot. It's fine, Raytoot. I'm so glad to see you. So, I was very curious. I came in earlier, and you said that you had prepared more of the ale. It's time to collect. I need ale. No, it's done, but I'm serving it to these folks right here. They're paying customers, and it is fine, friend. I take the ale in too. They finish theirs, I get the ale, and I bring it back to home. So thank you very much. We're going to grab this, and you're gonna watch as he kind of goes over there and starts kind of like finagling a little bit of the keg off the sides, like just be careful. No, there's no need to worry, friend. I have friends outside. They're coming inside to help. Come.
I immediately clap my hand firmly to hold it down.
Oh, newcomer friend. Is there a reason you're doing this?
I don't believe this belongs to you.
Oh, but I do believe it belongs to me. Very much so, actually. Do you know who I am?
I'm waiting for your introduction.
My name is Randa. I am the overseer of this fine city. Randa's Crossing of Riverton. So, I best believe if you are a part of one of the guilds, which I believe you are, you let me be and let my compatriots come over here and take off this fine ale. If you would like some way, by all means, come over to my establishment, and we could have a glass of ale talking about how you believe you could tell me what to do in my fine city. Well, of course, I am the overseer.
Have you looked around?
I want to size them up.
It's a very small city right now, but it'll be a fine, grand city. The city of Rondar Crossing of Riverton.
I want to size.
And you're gonna see the vision. Trust me. The rest of the city, all of the other guilds that are coming through, they make the city grand, massive, big improvements. And then, so they become grand and big, we take all the forest woods, we make it even stronger. Make ourselves walls. Grand. Big city. But until then, we need ale. So, get you up your ale, friends. Now, you said you wanted to look and kind of give them
Yeah, I want to size them up.
Okay. You can tell this guy, he is very, pompous. And you can see it in his clothing even.
I'm imagining a short guy.
He's not extremely short. I'll give you the description. So as you're kind of looking, he's wearing very pompous attire. He has a lot of florals and little things puffing out of his outfit. It looks like even with it being these more vibrant colors and having all kinds of laces and ropes and all this other stuff, it looks like they're very, very dirty, and they just don't look like they've been taken care of at all. There's actually rips and tears in some of the fabric and some little holes that you can just find if you're really searching over top of the pattern. But the pattern's intricate enough, you can't see it very easily, but you can still see it. He's standing, not overly tall, but he's sitting around 5'7"-ish, 5'8", but he's pretty in control. It seems like he doesn't have a whole lot of muscle on him, but he is pretty light in his feet. You're kind of watching him dance around as he walks inside the establishment. He's kind of working his way over to finagle this thing off the edge. You're going to end up seeing that this is actually a human that is having a very, very short cut that's just completely slicked back all the way. And as you're looking at the rest of his face, you see he has just a little bit of stubble going across. So he tries to shave every day, but it's around midday. It's starting to come out.
If you are going to be taking this ale, then it seems only appropriate for someone as affluent as yourself to pay for the ale.
I realize there's no reason to pay for this. But this belongs to the city, but it belongs to me. Do not understand how overseers work. Are you from the Empire, or are you just far-off wanderers who came here and joined one of the guilds as part of the expeditions?
We may not be from the Empire, but we think we know a lot more about how it works than you do.
Ooh.
No overseer calls his city by its own name.
My friend, that was very, very careful words. Very delicately said. Very delicately taken. Just notes for my mind. My friend, Raytoot. Yes. What company were these friends from? He's just gonna be kind of like looking at you guys.
I'm gonna finally stand up now.
Retoot?
We are from
Phoenix.
Auburn Fist.
Phoenix. They're from the Phoenixes. The Phoenixes.
No. I said what I said, and I meant what I meant.
You
about
said that.
Paying for this ale.
So you lied to me. And you truthed me? Or you lied to me. And you truthed me. It's easy, we settle. I call both leaders of the guilds in. We talk about this. Grand meeting, it'll be great. We have ale for meeting too. This is great. We will find out whether you lie or you lie. Lovely.
We can all tell who's telling the truth. And it's definitely not you about the money you have.
This man. Very curious, man. Very curious. Okay, so we're going to talk about this later. And we're going to bring both of you over. This is going to be just so great and so grand. So, until that moment, let's go ahead and cheers, everyone. As you watch as he actually goes to grab one of the ales that you guys have sitting on the counter. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna kick his arm.
You're gonna kick his arm?
I'm gonna kick his arm.
Oh shit! I just like step.
Alright, go ahead. Roll the tackle.
Wow, what a wobble that was. Yeah, that's a 2 plus, like,
Guidance.
Well, does guidance work for attack rolls?
I think it's.
I don't think guidance works for attack rolls. I think it's only for ability checks and saving throws. It should just be for ability checks and saving throws.
you know what?
Yeah, ability checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna flood this one. Yeah, it's a solid 8.
Okay. So as you go do this kick, you're gonna end up watching as your foot just kind of hits a little bit of the counter, and then you watch as some wood begins to splinter off to the side, and one of the cobblestones on the wall falls off. It's like,
Just trace that.
my friend, you also want to destroy this establishment. This is great. Maybe we get along after all. And you'll watch as he kind of helps the rest of where like the other people in his party kind
Wait,
of.
you just said you
shuffle
wanted
us
the
off.
city to be grand and vibrant, yet you want to destroy this.
But of
So-
course, I want the city to be grand, vibrant, and glow. Maybe right now he deserves punishment, or maybe you do.
How
But
do
for
you
right now, you deserve
how do you-
punishment to him. So we'll see.
How do you expect the city to grow if you don't pay for its goods?
We do pay for goods.
Doesn't look like it.
The city is owned by me. All goods are mine. We transfer the goods from one person to another. That's it. Easy. All right. I will be seeing both of you here at some point. This will be great. Ta-ta! And you'll just watch as he walks out with what looks like 2 other people that are carrying this giant egg. Oh, I fucking hate him.
Suddenly,
No wonder.
I don't seem as annoying as much.
But you can understand why we're constantly annoyed when we have to deal with that man.
There's no wonder your
First-
city hasn't recovered.
First, we
Well,
will.
it's only getting worse, and I think he's part of the problem.
First, we handle the underlying evil that plagues this village. Then we will purge it of the annoying rat that chews on its bones.
To the priestess, then.
Priestess. Raytoot, apologies for
It's no action, man. It's fine. Right.
Raytout?
Pleasure to meet you. Just
My apologies. For the table and for the discomfort. We mean well. And we will do well by you as well.
appreciate it.
I've already left.
Alright, so as the two of you end up walking outside, you see where there's still just nobody really walking around. You do end up seeing where there's a child just kind of walking through the street. Looks like they're holding a little kind of twig or something like that. It has almost like a little bit of a drape or something behind it. As you're just kind of moving it around. It seems like the wind's kind of moving. It's just like kind of tail almost kind of moves with the wind. It's just kind of flipping it around, walking around.
You child, come here.
Roll intimidation.
Oh, I don't even need my guidance. That's a 22.
You're gonna watch as this little child begins walking over there. You see as his tunic has multiple holes in it, and just the entirety of his clothing is just covered in dirt. As you actually begin to walk towards you, you get like the pungent smell of BO and actually a little bit of almost like rotten food or vomit or something. It's extremely off-putting as he gets closer. We'll use it, sir. What?
What do you have there?
They call it a flyer. It's.
Who gave it to you? Speak.
The priestess, she gave it to me. She gives lots of toys to people. She's a good lady. I don't know why people keep saying weird things about her.
I want to kind of grab the toy out of his hands and look at it, investigate it.
Okay. What kind of thing are you investigating?
Is it just a toy, or is it?
A voodoo doll?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I was thinking a little bit, but some sort of magic imbued in it, or charm, or.
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
Ooh. I rolled the same on my D4 and my D20. I'll go for it. 9.
Okay. So as you're looking at it, it doesn't look like there's anything where the tunic's kind of falling back, as it looks like it has some kind of patterns drawn into it, and almost like it stains, kind of like making like almost like a tapestry. It's just.
We were live. I mean, we were technically live, but there was a network error. Yeah, this is what I get when I clicked on it.
Yeah, I think the stream ended.
Well, let's see if that did it. Yeah, it says we're live now.
Can you see the actual video? 'Cause I
Okay,
can't.
now we're back. It was
Yeah, now we're
definitely
back.
not there.
Okay, well that's weird. Okay, well glad we're back.
Okay.
Glad we're back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't for too long.
It was about an hour.
About an hour.
Yeah, it was only like a 30-minute VOD.
Well, shit, that was like all of the good stuff.
That's okay.
All right, well we'll keep going. So, but this woman that you're looking at though, inside of this, inside the temple of the old gods, it looks like she has that makeup and everything, some graying hair. They're coming down to black, and as you end up looking at her dress, it looks like the dress and gown that she's wearing is very, very intricate, and actually has kind of a paisley-like lace kind of going all the way through. It looks like it has a couple of tears in it, but it looks very, very well kept as she kind of walks up to you. It has some black accents. It looks like it also has some like maybe some dark purple and maybe some like deeper kind of like violets in there. It's just kind of all in those shades though.
Apologies for our intrusion. We did not know anyone dwelled within this temple.
Yes, I'm sure you didn't know that anyone dwelled in here, but you're here and you broke through my door and you're creating all kinds of problems for me now.
What the statue that I just looked at, or
Tapestry?
not Morgian, the brother.
The shrine?
The shrine?
The shrine. Okay, so it's built into the temple.
Yeah, it's built into the
Okay, it
temple.
wasn't made.
Doesn't look like it was made. No, it looks like it was built into the temple when it was founded.
Okay.
It was made of the same rock material and everything.
But it looks like now, like it's preserved and someone's going to see it. Like you, come to it and.
You weren't able to pick that up for what time you were in there.
Well, I can fix your door, madam. Very easily.
Well, I very much hope so.
Our sincere apologies, but kind of turn to the shrine. Who do you worship? As I kind of look and then I look back at her.
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm particularly worshipping of any of the particular gods. I'm just here. This is the nicest and finest. Do you see the decor in here? The decor in here is quite fantastic.
Are you not a priestess?
Well, I suppose I'm a priestess, if you want to call it that. That's what I tell the children.
Who are you a priestess for?
It's something I tell the children. Children like stories. They like games. They like fun. So I tell them stories and games, and I give them fun. So I need to bring some joy into this city.
We intend on allowing the city to thrive, and perhaps allowing that to accelerate faster. Do you know of...
I want to... Can I roll insight to see if she's trying to be deceitful and like
Sure,
her
go for it.
intent?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, let's go. That's going to be 16 plus 8, so...
You definitely get the feeling that she's hiding something. It's hard to really pick up on what that could be, but you see the slightest kind of devious smile kind of creep over her face as she's talking to you.
I guess I'm like also just kind of like sizing her up, trying to notice like any fine detail like on her person of like what she might be capable of.
You could end up seeing that it looks like she has some kind of an alchemy pouch on her side and maybe a dagger on the other. And also you're going to end up seeing in her hand it looks like she's actually kind of carving some wood. Or was carving some wood with the knife, so.
We can mend your door. While we do so, would you mind telling us more about the temple?
Well, I wouldn't say I know that much about the temple, to be honest with you. I can tell you a little bit I do know about living here for quite some time.
That would be lovely.
Yes.
How long have you lived here?
Oh, you know, probably thereabouts of 6-7 months. Not too long, not too much, but came here with the first adventurers, coming and resettling the area. Empire paid good coin.
Indeed.
I
No,
just kind
I'm
of
gonna be
think,
like-
and I start walking back to go mend the door.
Okay. So, what is it you want to know about the temple?
Well,
I haven't had somebody step inside my home in quite some time.
Do you know who these gods and goddesses are?
The gods and goddesses of this temple?
Yes.
Oh, well, I know this is the temple of the old gods. I thought this was supposed to be me telling you about the temple, but if you want to ask me questions, by all means, go ahead.
I mean,
So,
go ahead.
it said that this temple itself was actually run by the old gods. So you had the reigning gods, the father, the mother, the brother, the sister, and of course the one. And there was the one temple that would be for all of the gods at the beginning of creation. And then eventually they ended up splitting off and creating all their own gods on top of that. So the subspecies of gods began happening, but these were established as shrines of tribute to all of those that would come and go and still pay respects to those that reign above all
I
of
do
us.
know what a temple is. The premise behind an actual temple.
Well, that's good.
let her speak, please.
So I know that it was believed in this region that there were cult followers or something, or other evil peoples that were going around doing things like, oh, was it the followers of some of the dark goddesses, or of some of the more chaotic deities? And they were said to come through here, and there was the scary plague of the Death Walkers that came around in the material plane, and they were going off and doing everything. But after all of this ended up unraveling, we ended up coming to this temple, and as I discovered it, so lo and behold, the temple was in perfect condition. And as you kind of remember what this place looks like, it was not in perfect condition at all. And it was perfect. It was great. This would be the place that I would take and commandeer as my own. And as I came inside, I saw all the amazing tapestries in the core, and just look at all this. You just kind of see as she's pointing up at like the different tapestries in the walls and some of the destroyed statues. They still have remnants of some of the statues there. This is becoming of somebody of nobility, just like myself will be one day.
Indeed. I want to be like,
I'm mending, so I'm just like,
I'm guessing there's like a pew, like just a big ass bench that's made of wood. We can fucking slap on his door
To mend it, or to
Yeah.
like slap in? And like...
to mend it.
Oh yeah. There would be stuff
Okay.
lying around. Yeah.
That's what I want to be doing. Getting the wood over.
She
I
said
can
that in
s-
the present tense, right? That this place is.
Yes, it is magnificent.
Yes,
It's-
you can appreciate beauty.
Yes, and its ancient history is what fascinates me. I couldn't help but notice some of the burn marks throughout some parts of the temple. Do you know what might that have originated from?
Oh, I'm sure it just happened a long time ago.
Any theories? Surely you enjoy a good story.
Well, of course I enjoy a good story. Well, I like to think what it was is they came into this temple trying to burn it all down. One of the reasons being is they were scared of what they might find inside, and they weren't able to. But they tried. But the magic of this temple and the old gods kept it standing to this day. Or so I tell the children.
What do you think they could be hiding here?
The gods?
If there was something to be hidden from people who...
Well, there would be nothing to hide here. It's a temple, place of worship. How would you insinuate there's anything to hide here?
I want to like glare and like
Glare?
look her up and down because
Okay.
like I know she was hiding something, but I'm just like, is she?
Sure, roll insight.
I'll say...
A wise one you want to do that too, or?
Hmm?
You want
no,
to do that too?
no,
Okay.
I don't need an insight check for this lady.
23.
Wait, right. It looks like that actually kind of really pushed her off of her like kind of normal stance and charisma. She just kind of became very defensive, just kind of leaned back and I feel like she's
What do you-
probably a little bit sensitive about that.
What are you hiding?
I am hiding nothing. There is nothing to hide in this temple. Okay? There's nothing here. So, are you done finishing with the door yet that you've broken?
I think I'm gonna need a piece from where we were earlier to finish it up.
Fine, I'll go get that for you. You watch as she just kind of turns around and starts walking back.
But I didn't tell her what it was.
Well, this is a beautiful place after all.
Okay, so just so I heard that properly, she thinks this is a vibrant temple
Indeed.
and it's torn to shit.
And it's... Well, at least one
Burnt
less
to
hole
shit.
in a door that wasn't there when we first got here anyway. Interesting. And yet, her husband is the one who has fallen ill.
How far through this temple have we ventured so far?
Not well. If you were thinking this is like a normal standard temple, you had this entry area,
Yeah.
you had some side rooms, and
Yeah.
then you had like the pew area that was kind of going all the way back.
Okay.
You guys never really fully got to the pew area. She ended up kind of coming and interrupting you before you got there.
Okay, so I would have.
I'll kind of draw it out for you guys so you guys can see it too.
Okay.
Yeah, while you guys are talking. So.
While she walks to go get the piece I don't actually need, I'm going to start walking to the pew area.
So this isn't for scale, but just kind of like doors. And pew area.
Oh, we have to go past the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta like stop like over here.
that's not gonna work. Okay.
Obviously not the scale. But
Yeah.
many doors.
Looks like a dick.
Square dick.
Just like it. Just like it.
Well, it seems we've overstayed our welcome.
You'll watch as she walks back. Okay, I got some additional wood. Here you go.
I take it and just put it on the door and now operate the door better than it was when we got here.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. Well, is there any chance you want some toys?
Why, yes, I would love to see your collection.
Oh, that's a collection. I could just give you one right now. Here, let me just... You watch she kind of starts, like, pulling through, like, part of her back waist. You see she has this little pocket. Let's see. You like owl bears?
I believe them to be fascinating creatures.
Here we go. You watch as she kind of pulls out a little owl bear toy. It looks like it's been carved. Right here for you. You'll see as it ends up having a little face on it. It's kind of poorly carved, but has a little bit of a marking. You're able to see it actually has little parts where it was kind of pulled out to make this texture where it looked like fur, but it looks like it has like a little drape on the back, a little cape, almost like it's a little owl bear sitting there. It has a little cape on it. For you.
Wow. Curious. I saw a child in the courtyard of, in the town square, playing with another thing that had a cape flying behind it. I didn't ask, but it seems like you like things that have capes.
Well, of course. There's so much in here. Look at all the capes and tapestries and everything. There's so much material to make these toys out of.
You reach for those to make your cloth.
Oh, not these? No, of course not. These things would kill me if I tried to pull them down.
I believe that would be a tragedy. Interestingly, how are they kept so well? They're very vibrant in color. It seems very difficult to get up there to dust them and to tend to them.
Yes, it would be. And I'm sure that they're just magically enchanted or something.
Indeed. Especially a place like this.
Oh yes,
Magical.
plenty of magic everywhere. Anyways, thank you so much. Enjoy your curios and toys. Would you like a toy as well?
Sure. Do you have a dragon?
Ooh, I think I gave my last dragon to one of the children. Let me see.
May we come and...
Ah! I have a seahorse.
Ah,
Close enough.
thank you.
And if you look at the tongue, and you'll see as she kind of pulls open this little hinge on the mouth, you see it's like a little tapestry kind of comes up. Like, it's a little tongue. Isn't that fun? You watch she kind of rolls it back up and puts it back in there. Here you go.
Interesting. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
As a religious man myself, I would like to go visit your pew and pay some respects.
Oh, no, there's no reason for that.
Why not?
This temple has been all destroyed. This is my home.
It's still a temple.
Yes, but you're fine. You've already completed your task. I've given you toys, and you're ready to be on your way.
May we come back and visit another time?
But of course you could come back and visit. I would love nothing more.
We'll knock this next time.
Thank you so much. That is so polite and kind.
But you probably don't need that training.
You never know. People think I'm crazy. They'll come in here trying to kill me if they want to. So I'm going to keep the chain on, unfortunately. Just knock.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you. You watch as she kind of undoes this lock and pulls it open for you. You'll see as she kind of takes this little key ring and puts it back on her side as she unlocks it for you.
Start walking around the side of it. Outside as we walk out, I think I just start. She shuts the door behind us, and I go to the side and start looking at the flood building.
Okay. Yeah. The building looks as kind of scary, creepy, and derelict as it was when you first walked in.
Is there a cellar?
A cellar inside this building?
Or like on the side?
Like on the side? There's only like that. You can't see anything immediate. There's a lot of dead bushes and everything inside. But you're not seeing a cellar right now.
Well, perhaps a visit will be necessary in order to have enough time to even look around.
She was hiding something.
Oh, definitely. She's different. I'm not sure if it's in the unwell sense or in the maybe a little ecstatic sense.
So I want to look at the tongue of my seahorse now. That's not a dragon.
Sure.
And is it like another piece of the tapestry, or is it identical? I want to see if it's identical or like
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation on it. It's going to be rather small. It's going to be a little difficult.
got a shitty roll. A shitty. Nat 20.
Nice.
My God.
Okay. All right. So as you end up looking at this tapestry, it kind of comes out of the tongue. It looks like it is kind of like supported by some kind of tunic material similar to the other one, but the actual design itself seems to be almost identical, just a smaller version of what you saw before. And as you're kind of like looking at it and really getting like a closer look and just thinking religion. Or not religion, Arcana.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
8 plus 6 is 14.
14? Okay. Yeah, as you are kind of looking at it, you're definitely feeling that it has some kind of like almost like a magical essence to it. And you're also noticing too that the kind of the tapestry thing is very, very, very clean compared to not just, everyone else's clothes and your clothes, but it's very well preserved.
I break the toy.
Yeah. So you end up kind of like opening up the jaw and just ripping the jaw open. It's basically just breaking the wood in half.
Yeah.
And you're holding on to this little tapestry as you kind of begin to unfurl it a little more. Like some of it was kind of tucked inside, deep inside the toy. You're able to pull the rest of it out. You end up seeing what is like a cloth that you're now holding. And as you're looking at it, you're able to make it out a lot clearer. It can't really say much of anything, but it's just markings and symbols on there.
Does this look like anything to you? Nick, or I want to take a look?
Yeah. Roll Arcana for me.
There's definitely magic associated with it. You need my
10.
guidance.
That's not gonna be shit.
You're not really sensing anything magical about it. Nothing's really popping in your mind, though, about these being particularly tied to magic. You just don't have a whole lot of experience in that.
They don't seem inherently special. Maybe it's more the material itself.
So, because I did detect magic on it, that was before I broke it. Do I still detect the magic?
So you didn't really cast detect magic, you just kind of sensed that there was some kind of magical property to it.
Yeah, I'm saying, but did breaking the toy do anything to affect that?
No. Okay. So you still feel like a magical presence when you're holding that tapestry. Well, tapestry-like thing.
There's something about this tapestry
Yes,
that is
same with mine.
magical.
Well, owlbear with a cape.
I
Yes.
want to look at his and try to see if there's like some tucked inside it. Like
Yeah, it looks like there's a seam kind of behind the neck of the owlbear. It looks like more tapestries kind of maybe existing.
So I try to take his apart.
Okay. Alright.
My toy.
So you kind of like break a little bit away of the owlbear's neck and you're able to pull the rest of the tapestry out. And as you do that, it looks like the tapestry is basically the same.
Yeah, identical.
Basically, like if you're kind of playing them side by side, it's hard for you to tell any kind of difference.
Well, now I'm one toy short.
You didn't want the toy anyways.
It was somewhat adorable.
You'll get over it.
I will. There are prettier owlbears carved out of wood. I could probably do better. Here, give it
Let me, and I mend the fucking toy without the cape on it. And give it back to you.
No, it's not the same without the cape. It's not the same.
I'm so sorry, Cats.
It's okay. I will be over this momentarily. Very good. Anyway, this, She made me raise more questions than receive answers. Don't know what to make of it completely. I don't know whether she truly is any sort of source of evil. She's obviously hiding something deeper within, and seems somewhat aligned with the brother. Maybe not necessarily more achievement. But we don't exactly have a whole company of paladins to cleanse another of the old corrupt places. This will have to be tricky. But I do believe this is a substandard cleansing that we've seen in here.
Well, you want to go speak to the lordship of this city?
I don't know. We must meet with him. But I am also curious as to know Old Man Reynolds. But then again, maybe I'm just making it too complicated. Searching for too many answers where there may not be
we
any.
can go look to see if there's a grave in the back.
True.
Or maybe just walk around and see if there's a back door.
I think both of these are good options.
What do you guys want to do?
Continue walking around the premises.
Okay. Sure. Are you guys trying to go stealthily or no?
I don't care.
No, I saw my
I'm I'm walking around looking. Like I'm just investigating the area.
Sure. Alright, so you guys are able to walk out back. And as you're kind of walking along the side, you end up seeing what is a lot of the bricks in this temple are kind of falling inside. And looks like there's holes in there where you might be able to like kind of something might be able to crawl all the way up and kind of get inside, but they're rather high up and it's kind of awkward, but the actual sidewalls are pretty intact other than the destroyed bushes and roses and everything. As you're walking through, you eventually end up hitting what is like a thorn patch that brings you into this back corner that actually get you into the backyard.
Okay. Walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you're kind of walking through the thorn patch, it's going to feel really, really just uncomfortable. Go ahead and roll a deck save, both of you.
Deck save,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
Shit. Oh, fuck yeah. 18. Are you sure you don't want some dice?
I'm at a single nat 20 tonight. 3 nat 1.
Oh my god.
It's fucking crazy, and I can't
Oh
use
my
my own
God.
feet for me.
Oh my god, bro.
I refund my pound full luck.
Bro, that's terrible. That's
Actually,
terrible.
Katsu, are you
no,
okay?
No, it's only
It's not
ability
that
checks.
difficult.
Alright, so that one.
Mhm.
So as you end up going through these bushes, you're going to end up just feeling pricks and blinds and just everything. Like, ow. Ooh.
I'm wearing armor. How does it get in the creases of my clothing underneath? It's in my sock. Ow. It's poking my ankles.
You're going to end up taking 1 point of piercing damage.
That actually does hurt.
And it looks
Good
like you end up
point.
getting some of it just kind of topped around your foot, and you end up falling into the thorn bush, and they just kind of go into your neck and a little bit into your face. It's like, ugh. And you're able to eventually get through the thorns.
Ow.
So as the two of you are staying there in the backyard, you're looking around. It looks like there actually is a side door that kind of comes off that you would be able to kind of access. Don't know if it's open or locked or what it might be, but as you're looking in the backyard, it doesn't look like there's any graves or anything down. It doesn't look like there's any disturbed earth either.
Do you want? Should we just open this door, see what happens? Should we knock?
Is there like a crack in the door or anything?
This is the door's closed. Not like the other one where it was kind of like flopping open a little bit. This door's just closed.
This one doesn't seem as rotten.
Is there a window?
No windows in the backyard, no. And most of the windows at this point are going to be pretty high windows.
I want to softly try the door.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a sleight hand for me.
Wow, that one did fine. 19.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So as you, well, apparently door opening is your thing. It's just
I can open doors.
attacking
Great.
is not working. So as you go, like open that door, you're gonna end up kind of just doing it very, very gently, and you definitely feel like the door is locked. You're able to kind of grab the lock and move it, but you're able to figure this out without making really any sound.
How sturdy is this handle?
It looks like the handle is like pretty well done. Looks like the way this entire door is set up is it has a lot of metal beams going through it, and it looks like it's very much a sturdy door.
I want to just for fun's sake, after I like kind of twist the knob or whatever. Is it a knob?
Yes, it's a knob.
Okay. I want to like grip it hard and like see if I can twist it and break it. Not to like break it away, but to like see if I can
break the lock.
Break the lock.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll athletics for me.
Guidance. It's not a 1. There's 1s in it. That's nice. Okay. 21.
Yeah. Actually, as you end up kind of grabbing that, you're able to feel like there's a little bit of like a rust on the actual handle as you begin to kind of like pull it and pull it and pull it, and then you get to a point where you're kind of like really gripping and you feel the metal beginning to dent as you just begin to kind of like go, and you kind of feel like you're getting at the breaking point, so you kind of pull back a little bit, just rip it, and as you do that, you're going to end up hearing what's like as you just completely like shatter the lock inside. Looks like it wasn't held up very well.
Now that it's going to softly remove the contents from the door.
Right, as that happens, you're going to end up kind of hearing what is the clanging around the metal as you see what is the handle come off, and you end up seeing what is some miscellaneous other components just kind of sitting in there.
So I kind of just grab the components.
I'm really good at opening doors.
I'm so good at opening doors.
Good job, Katsu.
Now I want to look in the hole.
Okay. Sure, as you end up looking inside, you're going to end up seeing what is complete darkness in the back room. The only real light you see is a little bit of the light that's coming from your torch. That's kind of lighting through that hole.
Do you need assistance?
No, to see. I stick my finger in the hole and open the door.
Alright, as you open that door, you're going to end up seeing what is a completely black room. I'm assuming you guys don't have night vision, right? Dark vision?
Actually,
I don't remember if Gith have dark vision.
I don't know. But I do, however, can cast light.
I still got mine.
Yeah, you got your torchlight.
Yeah. But no, I can't. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so as you end up walking into this room, torch in hand, you can end up seeing that the entirety of this back room looks like it's actually pretty well like lived in. Like you're gonna end up seeing what is a mattress, a bunch of different boxes and everything kind of stacked up against the wall, miscellaneous supplies, and you're also gonna see what is like a table set off into the right corner, in addition to just bookcases and shelves. It looks like just lots and lots of miscellaneous things. And then as you're looking over in this room, you end up seeing that there is a door off to the far left, closer to where the bed is, that would allow you to maybe go into another room if you so desire. But it looks like you're just kind of in this back room in what would be this temple.
There is a mattress and stuff in here?
Yeah, there is a mattress and stuff.
So, safe to assume probably living in here.
Sleeping.
And there's another door off to the left.
Mm-hmm.
With how we walked around, do we think that door would go back into the main chamber?
You would imagine so, yes.
I don't want to go there.
Not yet. You said a bookcase?
So it'd be kind of like this stuff. Here's this door. So it looks like there's some kind of a bookcase. Some kind of a table over here. Kind of a bedding area. Miscellaneous boxes. And then there's that table. Okay. And those are things.
Where's the other door?
Other doors are over here.
I go up to the bookcase and I see what looks like. I mean, you said it's in good condition, but I would assume that these
Looks like everything's been like, it's not covered in dust, it's not covered in cobwebs. It looks like it's been pretty well maintained.
I want to look for any books about either the brother
Sure.
or yeah, sure. Yeah, it's right there.
As you end up kind of glancing over the shelf, you are going to end up actually seeing there's a couple books on there for the brother. And roll an investigation for me.
13 plus
Investigation?
Mhm.
14.
14. So actually, as you're looking over that bookcase, you're going to end up saying what language do you speak, by the way?
Abyssal, Common, Dwarvish, and Gith.
Abyssal.
Abyssal.
Abyssal. That's okay. That's
I can change that if you
no. I mean, that's interesting. It's fine. I think that would be maybe okay.
Shit, I didn't expect him to know this.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, he knows this.
You can read.
Okay.
So do I know the tapestry now?
Well. Okay. So as you're looking at some of these books, so one of the things you're going to end up recognizing on the book, or on like not just the books that were about the brother, you're also going to notice that there's some books about some other gods and goddesses. But one of the books you're really going to see is this really thick book that's sitting there on the shelf, and it's actually going to say something in a language that you understand.
Fluent.
Very fluent, apparently.
Conversational.
Yeah, conversation. And you're going to end up seeing that it says, "Damnation tuned to the cursed ceiling ritual," plastered on the cover.
I'm gonna grab that book. I'm going to. I'm gonna write that down. So say that again.
So it's a book called "Damnation Tuned to the Cursed Ceiling Ritual" on the cover. And it looks like, similar to the other books, it is completely like clean, well taken care of.
Okay,
No
sorry.
cobwebs, no dust, no mice.
One more time the title.
"Damnation
Yes. got
Tuned
it.
to the Cursed Ceiling Ritual."
Tuned to.
The Cursed Ceiling Ritual.
Okay.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
And then you're going to see another book on that shelf. Why do you speak this language? So
Just randomly
Good
picked
flavor,
that.
honestly.
yeah, I guess so. So you're going to see another book on that shelf. And this book is going to end up having what is like an ornate marking. What school of magic do you specialize in?
I haven't yet. As a sorcerer?
No. Like your domain. What is your domain specialized in? What you said it was enchanting, right?
It's
can't remember whatever.
order. Yeah.
It's order, so
Yeah.
it's more like it's the intimidation portion of it. So like
Okay, so it's not enchanting.
Well, enchantment in terms of that's like the school of magic.
here, I'll,
Okay.
I'll read it.
Yeah, because that's all.
So it's
Charm
it's
person.
the enchantment school of magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So
I'm curious. I gotta remember.
yeah.
what I should do.
So as you end up reading this, actually, because of your cleric domain, you're able to pick out a little bit more out of the title of this book. But the actual book itself is a guide, essentially, about spreading chaos from the underworld through enchantment. And as you kind of like read this cover, you're saying it is links to the abyss.
Interesting. I mean, these books are tied directly to the brother. It speaks of. Now, do the runes look similar to tapestries that had markings on them that I was just looking at?
Yes. Well,
The second
no. Wait, which runes?
you said I depicted symbols on
On the tapestries that you guys have. There are
Yeah.
different tapestries than the ones that you saw there.
Okay.
So,
But because
But-
I speak abyssal, does that change me not knowing what that was?
yes, it does. So, this is why I normally bet.
I sent you the character sheet
I
beforehand.
didn't have time to look at it.
True. It's true. You did do it.
So that's why I'm like it's fine. Okay. So so what you ended up seeing them say in Abyssal was link and bleed.
Link and bleed. She's doing something with these children. She's spreading the chaos.
That sounds very ominous. Yet how would she do such
mean, this book right here is the guide of spreading chaos from the underworld.
How loud are you guys talking, by the way?
I'm like whispering.
Okay.
Like
I'm talking about like this. Yes. Just not enough. I want to like kind of feel close to the walls and see if I can like feel any like passing air, as if there might be cracks in the wall revealing some sort of hidden door or something like that.
In the back of the temple?
Just like, yeah, in this room. I want to, especially, I'll pass by the bookcase first, but I do want to just like kind of feel along the wall with my
Sure. Yeah, as you end up kind of feeling along this wall, I want you to go ahead and roll investigation. What are you going to be doing?
I'm probably
Surround.
reading that book a little bit.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation for me too.
Nat 20.
Oh my gosh. I got a 12.
12?
Okay. It's crazy.
I don't know.
You've gotten
Did you hear
3
that?
nat 20s.
Okay.
I've gotten 3 nat 1s.
All right, so we'll go to you first. So with your 12. So as you're feeling through this wall, on the bookcase area and kind of going across that wall, you're not noticing anything. Let's move on to the next wall and go there. So roll another investigation. So as you're kind of skimming through this book, you're just kind of passing through some pages. You're looking for anything that kind of looks like the relics and the markings that you saw that were on the tapestries. As you just keep kind of moving, eventually you end up seeing what is Lincoln Bleed on top of one of the pages. And as you just start kind of scanning through this page, you're basically seeing what is instructions in the Abyssal of how to perform some kind of a magic welding ritual that would allow for abyssal magic to leak in and bleed through into the material plane. And it needs a couple of things to do it, and then as you turn the page, it looks like that next page is ripped out. Then as you kind of move past that page, you're going to end up seeing that it kind of picks back up like mid-sentence, and it's only like a little bit left of this paragraph. And it looks like that's the end of the chapter. But what you're going to end up seeing at the kind of the end of the chapter after that page is ripped out is the tapestries, the symbols, and the arcane drive the force of magic. And the former does the rest. And that's the end of the chapter.
I ripped my tapestry.
Okay. Actually, as you go to rip it, you can't for some reason. Like you're really trying to rip it. Like you were really trying. I want you to like, you going like as hard as you can, or okay, go ahead and roll athletics for me.
At that point,
You
I
need-
couldn't do it.
You need to rip
Yeah.
something?
I'm trying to rip it.
Yeah, like it's not ripping easily. So yeah, if you want to roll for it.
You need someone else to give a rip.
Oh, that's not 18. That's 13. 14. Athletics. 15.
15. You were like really pulling on this thing, and it is just not moving.
Katsu, can you tear this? Or even cut it?
I'm really happy you asked. I do want to.
Might I recommend using a different dice?
No. I want to roll yeah, can I just...
Anything you've done athletic with that bad dice has been bad. So
22.
22. All right. As you're like completely like pulling all of your effort, this you see is like he's kind of trembling a little bit, and his scale nail is kind of like shattering a little bit, not shattering, but like kind of like turning a little bit, rattling. There we go.
Yeah.
God, rattling a little bit. You're eventually gonna see he's like, and his hands actually just slip off the tapestry. He's not able to rip it.
With guidance?
Yeah. Well,
Would 4 make a difference?
no.
Okay.
I think that's the whole. It seems this is a.
I try to poke a hole with my short sword.
Sure.
Like straight, like I
As
hold it up and I try to like.
As you do that, is your short sword magical?
I don't think we get anything with that.
We could have.
Did he
There's
say
two
we got
uncommon items.
Oh, I did not put anything in my shit.
Okay, so your sword is not magical. So as you go to try to stab this thing, it looks like it doesn't really make any holes or anything. But actually, as you're kind of moving it around, you're going to see it. There are actually some like kind of pre-cut holes inside.
Okay.
Almost like kind of like a lace or something, but yeah.
Almost like was meant to hold twine to make it a cape.
What
But
about
this seems to be the main feature.
I want to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Sure.
That's a saving throw.
That's
for
a
the
dex.
paper.
That's a dex saving
Make a
throw.
dex.
All right, it's. I don't. Can you actually target an inanimate object?
Why not?
I mean, I guess you can. So yeah. All right. So you cast Sacred Flame. It's just gonna be radiant damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you end up doing that, you are gonna end up seeing that it looks like the ray of light just kind of comes onto it. It just begins to kind of like singe a little bit, and then it kind of repels the flames.
This doesn't make any sense.
Is there anything in that book that says how to
There was a page missing.
destroy?
Both of you roll perception for me.
There we go. Here's the that one.
Come right up.
Oh, only a 4. 7.
16.
Okay.
Math.
You're not going to hear it, but you are going to end up hearing what is like a humming sound kind of coming from a different part of the temple. And it sounds like the humming sound is starting to become progressively a little bit louder.
Like a woman humming?
Mhm.
I think she's coming.
He's coming?
I hear hum.
Do not come.
Do not come. I'm gonna come.
You know, she's humming. It's getting louder. She's getting closer.
Oh,
We need to do something about this. She
doesn't
can't
know.
continue.
Do you want to confront her now? Do you want to run outside really quick?
You're the upfront person. Do you want to run?
I don't know. Do you want to like beat the shit out of her and then question her, or I don't know.
I mean, I can try to intimidate her at the same time.
I'm going to wait at the door. I'm gonna set up our great sword ready to go.
Okay. All right. So as you end up setting up next to her, what are you doing?
I'm looking at the book.
Okay.
I'm opening the book as I'm
And
on.
just kind of reading it.
Well, I'm posed truthfully, so he's here, or you here. So if the door opens, she doesn't necessarily see you right away.
Perfect.
And then I'm over here, right? This is a table.
Mhm.
So I'm over here with the book, going through it but I've already read it.
Yeah.
But so when she walks in, she thinks I'm reading where her torn page was.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys are both doing that. Yeah. And as you're sitting there holding your sword, just like waiting, patiently waiting. Any moment now.
Is she humming still?
She's gonna be doing this. You still hear the humming. It's like any moment
Is
now.
she getting closer?
Any moment now. And it seems like the humming's still happening, but it's not getting any louder.
I
It's
cough.
still there.
Right, I accidentally knocked something over onto the floor.
Okay. All right, and you still hear a little bit of humming.
I'm going to untense for a moment and be patient.
Okay.
I mean, I give it a
So-
few minutes. to see
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it comes
So
in.
you're still reading the book. So let's have you roll on. Are you actually reading, or are you like just
Now that
sitting there
she
pretending
didn't
to
show up, yeah, I started reading again.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's have you go ahead and roll perception.
Six.
All right. As you're kind of just sitting there within your own thoughts, you're just really thinking about what's happened, what the right course of action is for this moment. And after a couple minutes, you realize that the humming stopped.
I want to like press my ear softly to the door.
And as you do that, it doesn't sound like you're hearing anything. Dude, your rolls are shit tonight.
Yeah, no, they're ass. They are booty cheeks.
Going to you. Alright, so you've picked up reading something. So anything else you're kind of looking for specifically, or just generally reading?
I probably would have gone to. Probably just continues generally reading about the length and the bleed, if or afterward. I mean, probably yeah, just general reading.
Alright, so as you end up kind of reading through more, it looks like the rest of this book is just kind of talking about different ways that you can enchant items and essentially imbue them with like parts of the abyss.
Oh yeah, okay. So I guess that could be what I should have been looking for. So next time, I've been looking for ways to destroy the frickin' tapestries.
Sure. Alright, so that was kind of what you're doing. You're just kind of reading through and like looking for that kind of stuff, and you kind of realize midway through, oh, I should probably be doing this. Let's have you go and roll investigation. Let's have you roll perception again. You're standing there next to the door.
The big dice. The big dice.
The big dice give you a 12.
Yeah. Plus 3, 15.
Cool. You're actually not hearing anything anymore. Like there is nothing going on in the temple. You could probably hear like a pin drop. I think it's just really, really quiet now.
I want to like quickly kind of gaze around the room that we're in now, even from the door outside that I broke the lock off of in a pretty badass way. Just wanna-
It was pretty badass.
Opening
Yeah.
the door.
It's pretty badass. Pretty badass. So, what are you doing?
Just looking and seeing if I see anything coming from that direction.
From behind you?
From behind, like, since I'm in
Where
the
you
door.
guys came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Doesn't like
the
there's
rest of them.
anything coming from the direction you guys came from right
I
now.
mean, the door's open, closed,
The one that we
came in from.
yeah, we left it open.
You guys didn't specify.
That's why I'm like looking.
So is there like light coming in from it still?
A little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I'm like, yeah, silence is freaky. I understand.
Alright.
15.
So as you end up reading more of this book, you're going to end up picking up that there's something kind of talking about this in one of the chapters closer to the end, which basically ends up saying that this particular kind of magical thing could normally be temporarily disbanded with something like the spell magic, but the actual heart of the magic itself is imbued into the twine. So destroying it, that's what you're kind of picking up out of it. The book doesn't say explicitly how to destroy it, but it just says basically to protect it, keep it away from things that would destroy magical effects, and just keep the twine magically imbued and intact.
Indeed, consider.
So I mean, after I read that, I probably would have been like, oh, I probably need to be paying attention again. Seeing if I hear that humming, because I wasn't paying attention at all.
You're not hearing any humming.
Is she gone? It's been like 5-10 minutes at this point. I don't think she's coming in.
You might not.
Have we rummaged through any of her shit?
Not really.
All right,
Just the bookcase.
I want to go rummage through the random pile of stuff by her bed.
Okay. Yeah, so actually, as you end up kind of looking through that, you're going to see what is kind of like a personal notebook, like a diary, and a couple other things like that. You're also going to end up seeing what looks like some bottles and potions. You're also going to see some wine, miscellaneous things kind of sitting over there. Nothing too crazy. So.
What kind of potions?
As you're kind of like rummaging through it, you are going to end up finding 2 potions of healing, and then another potion. Oh, stop it. It is a potion of truth serum.
I take all three.
Yep.
And then I open up her diary to see if she's written anything about link and bleed.
Okay.
Keywords.
Is it also an abyssal?
That's also what I was about
It's
to ask.
also an abyssal.
Yes. This just fucked his entire plan.
So as you end up opening this up, you're going to end up seeing what is the old woman saying, "I'm so glad nobody reads abyssal."
Oh, Mayo smiley face.
Secret safe. No, so what you're going to end up reading as you're kind of going through it is that she's basically talking about how she's been in the village, she's trying to do things, and it looks like the diary entries, as you're kind of figuring this out, don't really seem to align with what anyone else is really saying. And as you go to kind of like look at the dates and the way that the dates are written, the dates are actually like going way far back, like farther than like when these people are saying that they actually came into the city. Like I'm probably talking like at least a year, maybe 2 years is what the dates are maybe looking at this point. It's hard for you to tell. It's just kind of a little bit more run in. It looks like the parchment was in the best condition.
She's been here for more than a year. She's the reason for the death. This area.
What has she done to accomplish this?
She's been spreading, from what I believe, she's spreading magic welding ritual across the town to allow abyssal magic to seep into the area.
Right.
That's
So
it.
we
Got it.
do
Okay.
the tapestry things. If radiant magic didn't do anything, we don't have the page in which gives the instructions of its own demise.
Kind of shake her diary to see if anything falls out.
Sure. It doesn't look like anything's falling out.
I would have suspected her living in this area for much longer than only a couple of years. Maybe she's from here. Either way, think if... Do we slay her? Or... I don't know. She's clearly not one to have around. However, dispatching her too early may be troublesome. May not be able to reverse anything or give us answers.
Could be we could bring this to the guild.
They are, in fact, I believe, waiting for us. And we have something much to show. Maybe if we lead a whole mob of people to actually burn down the temple.
We won't do anything to the magic.
No, but it will at least maybe get her to leave or away. We know how fragile this place is. Here we are, literally having a conversation in her bedroom after busting down her front door and then
Breaking her back.
and then breaking in through the back. Correct. Some call it back shots.
After I stole her potion.
After you say that, you're gonna end up kind of feeling this tapestry. I want you to roll a con for me really quick.
19.
Okay. As you end up kind of talking about this and having this tapestry, you're kind of pulling onto it, or it's like dangling on your side. You end up feeling it kind of like almost like vibrate, like just the tiniest bit, like kind of like almost like a phone vibration. And as that happens, you're gonna end up kind of feeling a magical presence just kind of hit you. It's like the vibration wasn't even it. It was just, it's kind of just vibrated magic for a second. And then as that happens, you're gonna end up kind of feeling some dust begin kind of falling on your head. You look up in the ceiling, it looks like it's like the wood shifted a little bit up there.
Do you feel that?
Feel what?
I think she's above us.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
Your back's against the wall, but.
Do I look up and see you?
As you look up, all you see is a little bit of a ceiling and a little bit of wood. But as you kind of look through the wood, it looks like it's just some of the stone work in the ceiling and coverings. And it's like nobody's up there. So you're kind of like holding your torch a little bit higher. It's like, nope, there's nobody up there.
Are you okay? Are you feeling anything strange?
The tapestry just pulsated.
Maybe you are falling influence to its magic.
Maybe this is one of its beads, position like welding beads that its main habitat is above us.
Interesting.
Is there like a pull down fucking ladder, like an attic ladder?
It's basically just cross beams up there. It's like there's like an entire like cobblestone wall going down here, and it looks like it's just like wooden support beams on the cobblestone.
We can see everything. Like it's not like
Yeah, it's like basically you just have support beams going through and holding to the ceiling. It doesn't like pass through into the other room because it's a full like concrete wall that goes all the way up, or concrete, all the way up. But yeah, it's just support beams and then additional stuff up there. But you definitely did feel dust and some other things from the ceiling just kind of fall right onto you.
something. Either we should leave or we need to prepare.
I've been prepared, arguably for a long time. I tighten the grip on my great sword just to give it that nice leather sounding squeeze.
Open the door.
I'm pretty good at that. I gently try the door.
Yep. Right. As you go to open that door, it looks like it opens just fine. And as you look into the rest of this area, you see what is the chapel. Up here. And a wall going all the way up. And a couple of little side areas and different things that you can't exactly see, but looks like you're basically at the end of the hallway area you once were.
And we don't see Homegirl.
You do not.
I take a step through the doorway.
Yeah.
Out into the chapel.
I would have kind of walked closer so I stay in line of sight.
Doesn't look like you can see here and there. But what you are going to end up seeing is, let's say the chapel itself, it's very, very dusty. Like, the actual pew looks like it's, pretty well collected with dust, and the tapestry that's going down the middle looks like this one has been completely singed. It looks like all of the pews, while they're kind of moving around and kind of discombobulated, basically just tossed in every direction. It looks like this area is pretty much like the entry area you came in through. Not looking great. It's not in good shape.
Is there an altar at the end or anything? Is it just pews and
There is an altar, yeah.
Okay. And that's at the opposite end of where I am, or is it closest to where I am?
It's closest to where you are. Okay, I'll kind of help you guys out. So you guys basically came from some area back over here at some capacity. So if you ended up kind of coming through, you would have kind of seen like this back area.
Yeah.
And then there would have been a little gateway. And this is where you've seen all the pews coming back. It'd be like where you see that stand. There's some other room back there.
I want to meander over to the altar.
Okay.
Mindfully. And just look around it.
Sure.
See if
Roll investigation.
Let's say it's 6.
6. It's an altar.
It's an altar.
It's
It's not just an altar.
Did you step out? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I'm in. So, this was the room we were in. I'm basically at the altar now, which is right here.
Okay, so I would have stayed within line of sight of you. So, like, the entire time. I also would be looking at the altar at a certain point. Do I also roll that?
If you're gonna go up there, yeah.
Sure.
Better than me, for sure.
What am I rolling?
Investigation.
What did you roll?
6.
Oh, yeah, okay, I did better. 8.
Okay. All right.
Couldn't have gotten 9. Though.
So, actually, no, 9. Sorry, yeah. 7 plus 1 plus 1, 9.
It's an altar.
It's an altar.
It's an altar.
Well,
There's no, like, symbols or any, like, idols, statuettes, or
nothing
anything like
particularly. It looks like it's pretty standard of an altar. You do see like faded, faded,
anything abyssal?
Yeah.
faded markings on there that look like they're just all written in common, and it's basically just names that people refer to of the old reigning gods.
I want to.
But it looks like they're really, really faded and just kind of.
I'm just gonna dust off the top of the altar.
Okay.
See if anything happens.
As you do that, it looks like you're just kind of. You're not even like brushing off dust that was like sitting on there. It was caked on there.
Mm.
You're just kind of like brushing this stuff off. You're like really like getting underneath it, like almost like it's like tar on, just pulling it off. Yep, you're able to get the dust off of the altar.
Hold on. Figure. One line. One more line parallel to it.
Yeah.
And then right underneath it, I want to do a nice little curve line.
Okay. Nice. Smiling. All right. So yeah, you went ahead and did that on the altar.
Mm-hmm. Now it's an altar to
It's a smiley
happiness.
face. It's
That's
altar,
right.
altar to joy.
Nothing.
Tana would be proud.
I'm dreadfully curious. I want to start wandering towards the hallway.
I'm looking for anything in abyssal or something that would trigger. I'm looking for anything in abyssal at this point.
Sure. Where are you looking?
At this point, I'm probably looking around the altar, back walls, like somewhere like that would be like a hidden marking. Is my kind of goal around that area.
Okay. Yeah. So as you're looking around, I want you to roll investigation.
Another 12. 6, 4, 16, 17.
17. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything written in abyssal in this room.
How far away are we from the statue of chaos? Or the
That's the front of the town. So
statue
Statue of
sorry,
Chaos?
not that. The shrine. The shrine of the brother.
of the shrine of the brother. Probably about like what, maybe 50 feet, maybe like 70 feet to the back hallway.
Do I remember which room it was?
Yeah. It was like the second room on the I guess my left side.
I started walking towards it. I said I wanna go look at that shrine again.
And you guys end up walking over there, and we're going to end there. So, because I'm playing. All right. Well, thank you all very much for joining us. Sorry that it cut out. Hopefully, it didn't cut out for
There
too
was
long.
no error message or anything. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, like we literally said that like we were still streaming, so no idea what happened there. But sorry I'll try to like recap a little bit of what was going on during that part in the comments or in the description of what we do on YouTube when it's up. So
Probably didn't record either.
probably did record, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I should start doing a recording back up. But
Okay.
anyways, thank y'all so much for being here. We'll be back at it again next week with another one of these kind of series of one shots, if you want to call it that, of things that are happening
Where nothing happened.
outside.
Honestly, I don't know. I have fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of spicy things happening. So. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. See y'all next week.
Bye.
Nat 20.
Whoa. I got 19.
I can tell you what it actually is.
Both of you are going to end up hearing footsteps walking down the hallway. Seems like they're getting louder.
Like, is it like footsteps with shoes, or is it like just hear like
Footsteps
bare
with
feet?
shoes.
Bare feet.
Footsteps with shoes.
Is it heels?
No.
Sure. I mean,
She's not wearing heels in the Decrepit Temple.
I mean, you never know. She's giving toys to little kids.
I'm gonna look at you for just a second. I'm gonna like
creative. I mean, I'm saying the creative chaos, and then I kind of turn as I hear I
Yeah.
say that, and then I turn and
I look at you and I'm just gonna light a torch.
I will say from us